Hello everyone, Eamon here, and in this video I'm gonna demonstrate what I added to the software in the latest version 0.95. So let's first of all create a new project. Let's call it simple app. Now let's go to first thing to demonstrate, of course, is the method settings. Let's first of all go and create a new task. Let's call it task method, and let's go to task method and click on this method settings here. Now this window over here, we're going to be setting arguments to our method. So let's create a new argument, and let's try again. There's some work. Yep, there you go. Let's create another one, and let's call this username, and let's call the second argument password. Save and close this. Let's create an alert here. Yep, let's create an alert that will show the arguments. So that's a username, arg username, and arg password. Save it and save the project. Save it here. Simple app. Let's go ahead to let's return to main, and let's execute that task method. System, and go to execute task method. You can also select a return to that method. You can use task method return, preferably in the end of your task method, and return something to it, and you can set the output here. So let's go ahead first of all and select the task name. So that's going to be task method, and let's set the arguments here. Username is going to be, let's pick payment here, and let's put a password here. Save, and let's go back and set a return here for the fun of it. Task method return, and let's set both something like this. Save it, go back to main, create a variable here. Let's call it output, and let's try to execute this, see what we get. Create an alert here and something like that. So let's execute it, and as you can see, the return was this, the alert inside the task method, and this is this alert over here. As you can see, that's the task method, and show you the next thing I added the software, which is under web and API and universal writer. This has a built-in 7 spinning services that you can pick. You can, for example, pick spinner chief and click settings and enter your username and password here. Or you can just go ahead and pick the best spinner and the details will change in here. And your icon here, your text, and the output where you wanna the spinned article to be saved. That's the universal writer. You can also use the Facebook client, your projects. So the Facebook client is the API task action that will allow you to integrate Facebook API in your bots. So this one is for the access token. Just put your access token here, the app secret here, the version should be like in v.0 or something like this. Your app ID if you choose to add it, the path, something like for example MacrosEngine, and then your fields in here, something like that. And then the output of your request, where you want to save everything and just execute it and it should work. So let's go and try to create some custom data grids. Let's create a new form 1, and let's open the designer, open form designer, and let's create 2 tab controls, just one tab control and 2 tabs, so I can show you 2 different data grids. Let's dock it like this. Let's create a panel in the first tab, something like this, and dock it in here, and another panel. Let's drop it in here, and let's dock it. Just let it fill the whole space. Now let's go ahead and create our data grids. Just under tools, click tools, then data grid manager, and then create a new data grid. Data grid 1. Let's create a new one. Data grid 2. So that's 2 data grid. Let's first of all edit the first data grid. Let's create a few columns. Let's call it first data grid. Let's for example username or ID, and username, password. So click on one of the columns and change the column type, text box, and the width to be, for example, 100. Username, text box, and column width will be, for example, fill. This will tell the data grid to use username column and fill the whole space, the rest of the space in the data grid. Password will be, for example, 200. Now let's go ahead and go to the data grid number 2. Create some columns here. Let's, for example, create ID and URLs list, or just URLs, URL, date, for example, and statue, something like that, and change the settings. We're gonna add more column types in here and more settings, but for now you can just use two settings: text box and checkbox. Column is this going to be fill. Date is going to be 150, and statue is going to be another 150. Yes, now click OK to close the dialog, and let's click on this panel over here. Click on it and then go to set custom grids, custom grid, and then select the data grid you want to set to this panel, something like this, and go to tab number 2, select the panel, and go to custom grid and select your data grid number 2. Save this, and let's close this one and save the project, and let's try to, first of all we need to select this main and try to debug. Hit debug, and as you can see, the two data grids has been set as defaults, the first tab and the second tab here. As you can see, both set for you. Now you can go ahead and use add row from string, something like this. Let me show you how to make it work. You can use add data grid row, or you can use add row from text. I believe this is going to be easier for some people. Use the data grid name here, data grid 1. The text, something like, for example, ID, then delimit the first one, then username, delimit, and then password, something like that. And the delimiter is going to be that one over there. So that's how you add row from text. And of course you can also add, you can use everything in here on the custom data grids, data grid row color, data grid clear row. Everything in here should be working on the custom data grids. So yeah, that's everything for this video. I hope this was clear enough, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.